bring up a whiteboard because it's a lot less confusing than reading all that mess. So give me 1 second here. Bring out the good old whiteboard. All right, can everybody see that? Awesome. Okay, so let's just say, for example, you're using a $50,000 account and that the profit goal is $3,000 and the max loss is $2,500. And this is on the evaluation. After the evaluation, I'll go over the funded company, okay? So you start over here at 50,000, okay? Then let's say, now that would put your stop down here at 47,500 or 2,500 below 50,000. Then let's say you make $500. So now you're at 50,500. Let's see if there's anything on there. And then, so what's going to happen is it's going to go up to 48,000. Now let's say you lose $100. Now you're at 50,400. Now it's going to stay at 48,000. It doesn't go down, it stays, and it moves only upwards from your highest point of profit. Now let's say you go up and you make $1,000 and it gets up here to, say you make 1,100 and you get up here to 51,500, but it comes back down and you close it at 51,000. Then what it's going to do is it's going to move up to 2,500 behind 51,500. So now you're going to be at 49,000. So 2,500 behind the highest number. Now you get up to 53,000. Using the wrong color there. And it's going to trail on up to 51,500, and you've passed the performance account. All right, can everybody see that? Does that make sense? Let me see if I can see the questions here. So I'll let everybody look at that. Let me go over it again. If you had 50,000, you start at 2,500, below it at 47,500. You make $500, it moves up to $2,500 below that at 48,000. You lose $100, it moves down to 50,400 on your balance, but your trailing stop stays at 48,000. You make $1,100, but you close it out at 51,000. It stays at 2,500 below the highest value you had in the open trade. And then you get to 53,000 at 51,500. And you've met your profit goal. You just got to trade your 10 trading days. Does that make sense? So it's intraday. One of the things about, I know some of them use like the term pro drawdown and stuff like that, or end of day drawdown. The bad thing about that is you have a daily limit. And if you hit that daily limit, even though it doesn't trail on there, if you hit that daily limit, you fell. And that daily limit is much smaller. Also, you may not have scaling on your evaluation on those companies, but you have, if you're supposed to only trade 2 contracts in the PA and you accidentally trade 3, you fell. So you sort of got to pick your poison. The end of the day is nice, but the fact is you got 2 more ways to knock you out faster with the daily drawdown and with the scaling knockout. Let's see here. And you can trade multiple funded accounts at the same time. Now, it works different and better on this. Now, notice that it went up to 51,500 when you were at 53,000 on the evaluation account. Well, instead of making it harder on the funded account, we make it easier. Okay? So, again, there it goes. You start at 50,000. You get funded. You have a PA account. And your stop's at 47,500. Okay? And it works the same. You make $500. You're at 50,500. And it moves up to 48,000. You lose 100. It stays at 48,000. You make 1,100, but you close it out 100 below that at 51,000, even though you got up to 51,500, and it moves up to 48,000. Is that right? Yeah. So it moves up to 2,500 below that, so that would be 49,000. I'm sorry. Now here's the really cool thing. Once you make more, like you make 53, 55, 60, whatever, when it moves up, it'll stop forever at 50,100. It'll stop at whatever your risk was, $2,500. When you get $2,500 above that, so once you get to 52,600, it'll stop at 50,100. So whatever your risk is, it'll stop trailing at $100 plus your starting balance on a performance funded account. Does that make sense to everybody? Okay, let me put this down and get back to the PowerPoint. Yeah, if you're up $300 and the market pulls back, it's still going to move up $300. But you don't have a daily drawdown. All right.